It's time for another report on how much I made off of YouTube and my real estate business, which I don't know that I've told you guys how much money I make off my real estate stuff, but real estate, YouTube. I'm going to break down some influencer marketing that I've done, meaning like how much money does Weeble and Ridge and those kinds of places pay a hillbilly like me to give shout outs, and the laundromat. We're doing all the financial stuff, and we're using it on the most wonderful program ever, Excel. So this is an Excel video. Okay, so this is my YouTube home screen. We have looked at this a couple times before, but it's just a real quick rundown of where I'm at on my videos. This is the merchandise store video that I posted. It has done terrible. It's awful how bad it did, which sucks. But I've had so many good videos this month, I can't be mad about it. My quarter collection videos have done phenomenal. Even my financial learning videos, like I talk about ETFs and long-term thinking, starting some side businesses. I got 9 side hustles that you can start now, and then business ideas for teens. The feedback on those videos has done really well. And you know, it's nice. I enjoy doing the quarter collection videos. I like listening to the sound of me put the quarters in the bucket and stuff like that in person, so that's fun. But really, if there was one thing that I could get people to get out of my channel, is that you could start a business. I'm not telling you should start a YouTube business or record yourself doing everyday activities on YouTube. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm making great money off of it, but it's one of those things where I would hope that you guys get the understanding there are so many businesses that you can start and so many things you can do in your own backyard, in your community, in your neighborhood to make good money, that you can do it and you're capable of it. Once again, that's what I want you to get off my YouTube channel. So back to these stats. We just broke 200,000 subscribers in the past 28 days, which is a couple days of February along with January. I have increased, it's over 75,000 views since January, or subscribers since January the 1st, which is mind-blowing. 6.4 million views, which is up almost 500%. Watch time is up insanely well, because I had a video that was 30 minutes long doing a 30-minute coin collection, which, you know, like everything else, I'm super disorganized on. And if you guys have watched my videos, it should be obvious. There's no reason for me to be efficient during my quarter collections. I could be more efficient and I could be more organized and work on them, but it doesn't do any benefit for me. And I get so much fun out of doing my quarter collections and grabbing handfuls of money. I get more joy out of it, I think, than you guys do. And that has nothing to do with the Investment Joy name. But so this is the home screen, and we'll click over on Analytics. Okay, so this is my analytics screen for January, and they have actually changed the way that YouTube does stats. They are really trying to get better on displaying stats where you need them immediately. So it's really flipping cool. There's not really much hold off or clickbait here as far as holding off to the last couple seconds of the video. I made $26,449.04 off YouTube. But unlike my other videos, I'm also doing laundromat income, I'm doing rental income, and I'm doing influencer income, all in the same video. I probably should break those into separate segments, but oh well, we're just doing it all at once. So over $26,000 in YouTube income. It just blows my ever-loving mind. And here's my traffic log from the month of January. December was terrible for me. Then I started tweaking some things on the back end of my YouTube, started employing like best practices, fixed some not comments, but like descriptions, and did a little bit of thumbnail work and some other things on the back end, and it improved my overall viewer stick rate, CTR, things like that. And then it just started getting better and better and better and better. And I hit a trend or whatever on Wednesday, January the 15th, and I was so happy. I had 450,000 views, which that's not near that's close to my best day, but it's not my best day ever. I think my best day ever is like 650,000 views, which is great, but my watch time is significantly higher. When I trended back in October, my top video that's 2.4 million views, the average person only watched it for 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which is great, I guess. But then in November, I trended another video, and my average watch time was like 7 minutes. Now on this, I had several videos do real well this month, and they're all way over 6 minutes in terms of watch time. My 30-minute video is way over 6 minutes. So I think that's why I hit trending again, because my watch time was really high on those videos. And all YouTube wants, and it's the algorithm magic, and that's why you're watching this video, is YouTube wants to try and promote quality content, and the only way they can do that is to look at how long people watch your video, how many people click on the video, and positive responses, liking and subscribing. And so those metrics play into the algorithm. So here's my revenue, and this isn't the 30-minute video. I was wrong. The 30-minute video had a lot of views, but the watch time wasn't as good. Then on January the 18th and 19th, the 30-minute video starts to trend. I think it's week 25 collection. If you want to go back and watch it, but most of you already have, because that's the one that I've picked up a lot of subs off of. And then I hit this point where I get 57,200 views, and the watch time on it's very significant, and I'm almost hit my best days ever, making almost $2,600 in a 2-day period. Eddie, that's my personal trainer, he was like, have you ever watched this girl named Shelby Church on YouTube? She's a YouTuber, and she made $130,000 last year. And I watched he watched the video the same day as I did. It would have been last Wednesday, so she must have been trending, and she was on the homepage. And in January 2019, with 1.3 million subscribers, she only made like $1,800. So this is how optimized my channel is, as Brandon the Ugly Hillbilly that's balding, because I can provide self-depreciating humor on my channel. But I beat Shelby freaking Church out on monetization. I did more in one day on YouTube than she did in the entire month. And that's nothing against her, but it's kind of why I want you guys to realize that you need to learn to run a business. And there's not going to be, yeah, you could go out and buy a course or something like that, but there's so much resources on the internet and on YouTube and on social media and things like that. You can learn to do these marketing practices, business practices, thumbnail optimization stuff, just learning it, and you can be better than some of these bigger YouTubers. So I'm 1/6 or 1/7 the size of her, and I beat the crap out of her in one day. And she has more views than I do. A lot. She's like 120 million views. And obviously 600,000 is a lot less, but I figured out how to monetize my videos better. And once we stack on the influencer income, it's even better than that. So this is kind of the breakdown. I don't want to get into CPMs and CTR rates on things. I think those are what YouTube does not want me to talk about. In the comment section, I'm guaranteed to have a lot of people that won't reach this, as we're at about 10 minutes on the video. We've got a lot of people out there that say, you can't talk about your money. YouTube will kick you off. Of course you can talk about money, because it encourages people to become content creators, because then every time somebody watches a video like this, like, oh, I should get on YouTube and make videos. I'm not going to say you should do that or shouldn't do that, but it makes people think that, or come to the realization, there is a lot of money in making YouTube videos. And the reason that it works so well compared to Facebook, because I run a newspaper and we do a lot of news on Facebook, is Facebook has the worst monetization ever. Everything that they have is internal to Facebook. And if somebody from Facebook's watching my video, I'm not trying to disparage you guys, but YouTube and Google monetize these videos so much better than Facebook. They like I said on the Keeps promotion, I'm living in 2030 by monetizing already monetized video talking about money. Google's living in 2030, guys, compared to Facebook as far as their monetization goes. It's not that Facebook obviously makes money, but Google's so far ahead of the game because it's optimized. And it's great for people like me that can make videos out of trailer parks and stuff. So this is the breakdown on my YouTube revenue, and I'm going to throw all this in an Excel spreadsheet so you guys can make a determination in of yourself. Should you listen to Brandon, the real estate hillbilly from Central Southern Ohio, or should you listen to another financial channel like, let's say, Graham or meet Kevin. And I love those guys. They have great channels, but one of the comments that I always hear is those guys make a lot more off of YouTube than they do the real estate business, which isn't really the case here. So, all right, we are going to go to the spreadsheet. So here we are on my spreadsheet. This is, I've copied and pasted a lot of information from my rental management software. I use a software called AppFolio. And oddly enough, I also run the laundromat off AppFolio in terms of profit, loss, billing, things like that. It's like QuickBooks is, but if QuickBooks was run by someone less gimmicky. I do not like QuickBooks. And I'm sorry, Intuit, I will not ever do a video and support you. I don't like QuickBooks at all. I mean, as far as the software goes, it's okay. If you use QuickBooks, cool, that's fine. I don't like the fact that every single month when I use QuickBooks Online, it was going up in price. And at some point, it became cheaper for me to run enterprise level real estate management software that does 90% of what QuickBooks does and will expand infinitely for as many rentals as I want as compared to QuickBooks. I was running 2 LLCs and I spent $175 a month. And now AppFolio is a little bit more than that. It's like $250, and I can manage my properties. It does a heck of a lot more. But they have this great option, and it spits everything out in Excel. If you guys have not learned to use Excel, I'm sorry, but if you want to be rich, you're going to learn Excel. I've talked to, I don't know how many people that have 9-figure net worths, meaning they're in the hundreds of millions of dollars. And you would be shocked at how many people run most of their business off Excel. And yes, some of them use QuickBooks, but it's just a program that you're going to have to not only learn to operate, you're also going to have to love Excel. And I'm still the guy that failed algebra, and I love Excel because it's relatively simple and straightforward. And if you can use it efficiently, you will improve the operation in your business no matter what you do in life, and it just makes your life so much more wonderful. Hopefully you can read the numbers here, but here's my YouTube ad revenue. We're going to break down the laundromat income. I've added some colors and stuff. The rent income, we have 2 apartments upstairs, and then I charge the apartment or the laundromat some money. It's an accounting gimmick. I don't understand. I'm trying to wrap my head around why I do it, but it was recommended to me by Wascomat reps and their finance department, so that's what I've been doing. Total rent's $1,600 a month. Concessions were almost $500. These numbers are low just because there's carryover that we did in February. I collected money again in January, and the money was deposited in February, and since these numbers are off of deposits rather than when I count the money, but if you watch my YouTube videos, you'll find out that the numbers are pretty dang close. So we made a little over, and by made I mean revenue, we brought in a little over $3,000 from the laundromat. And then here's my expenses, since everybody asks. $200 in cleaning. I probably did another payment on that. That's missed there. So $300 in cleaning. Property insurance was $308.72. The big expense on insurance is not the property itself, like fire insurance, is boiler insurance, and the boiler's inspected every year because boiler explosions are a thing in the state of Ohio, and it's just one of those odd things where people have died from it, so you pay a lot of money for boiler inspections and stuff. I have a mortgage. The property is seller financed. I pay $542.71, and $141 this month went towards the principal. The rest of it went towards interest. So I am building up some equity as the laundromat runs. So essentially, I could run it at a zero revenue or zero net income, and I'm still making money in equity and things like that. I spent $100 on somebody going upstairs and patching a roof. Now here's the utility expenses. Everybody asks me this, and there's this, I've had people send me nasty messages saying you pay $5,000 a month in water. And I get to laughing. It was $386.90 for the month of December, which was payable in January. I know I've already got the bill for January. Now in February, it's a little bit higher than that, but it's not, I think our highest bill ever was $400 for water. The gas also heats the apartments upstairs, and it was $290. If I would tweak the settings, I could probably get that down. The electricity kills me, and it's because I pay the tenant's electric. And the worst thing you can ever do as a landlord is pay your tenant's electric bill, because in the winter, tenants for some reason love to use crappy electric heaters. Electric heaters are garbage if you have access to natural gas. On a BTU comparison with a decent furnace, gas is like 20% of the cost of electric. It's off the top of my head, but gas is so cheap and it's so much more efficient than electric heating. But people, rather than crank the furnace, they bring in a little electric heater. I'm not saying that's going on here, but it's just a real common thing that I have. So the electric bill here, all the utilities was $1,200 a month. If you go up here, my rent income takes care of it. So my rent income essentially takes care of the utilities and the mortgage principal. So I end up with a little bit of NOI. I mean, Appfolio says this is NOI. This is not NOI. This is cash flow. And you CPAs, some of you have said, oh, Brandon's doing this right. So this is my cash flow. This is not NOI. Actual NOI would be the cash flow. Here, NOI would actually be the $975 or $695. My dyslexia is kicking in. I've had a lot of people say, I think you're dyslexic, Brandon. It's like, well, yeah, I am. I transpose numbers all the time. But if I can still do real estate, you can do it too, regardless of what's going on in your life. 542.71. So the NOI would actually be 1,238, because if I would go into a investment like this, and I don't need a mortgage. So there was what, $110,000 laid out for the purchase price of the property. So that's returning, let's see, B34, oh shoot, B34, D34, let's say. It's returning 1.126% per month NOI. So that's the NOI yield, which, you know, if you get on Bigger Pockets, they say, find an investment that does better than 1% NOI, which it sucks NOI. Most of my stuff's 2%. But for the laundromat, it's making a little bit of money, and it's fine. It would be, you know, the cash flow from this place would be a heck of a lot better if I wasn't freaking doing YouTube videos and managing a trailer park. Because, you know, my life's this kind of weird disaster where I bought 3 laundromats, only one's in operation. We're working on 2 more laundromats. One's going to be an arcade. In that time period, I had a guy with multi-millions of dollars call me and say, let's buy a trailer park, Brandon. The next day, Sean calls and says, Brandon, I got a trailer park for sale. So we do the deal with the trailer park. And then in October, the YouTube channel that I've been shooting videos on since early 2017, all of a sudden it explodes. So now I've got laundromats, trailer park, the rentals that I've always been doing, and then the YouTube channel. And now merch store. I have people begging me for merchandise and influencer income. Oh crap, we didn't even do influencer income. Okay, so laundromat is making or bringing in gross $30.99, because there's going to be so there's a teachable moment here. Influencer income. My influencer income in January, which is actually December's influencer income, was $2,600. And my influencer income for January, payable in February, already beats the crap out of this. I mean, it's way higher because I changed my ad rates for influencer campaigns a lot from December, because December sucked. December, if you remember, I made like $8,000. So this was the influencer income on top of that $8,000. And February is already way higher than that. I've got Raid Shadow Legends Keeps, which sponsored this video. and current.com, they've come on board, and Exter, they've all come on board to do videos or influence campaigns with me, which is cool. I'm appreciative of them. I'm only working with companies that I kind of like, and I'm trying to find somebody that wants to sponsor me buying a house and giving it away. So if someone runs an influencer campaign that wants to run an influencer campaign with Hillbilly Brandon buying a house and do an 8-part series on it, get a hold of me. So influencer income is $2,600. My laundromat is $3,900. We'll come back. Is $30.99. My rental biz, which you've never seen before, our rental income, which I pulled off Appfolio in the month of January, was $38,342. So we're going to take this number, Control C, Control V, and my rental biz. We're going to go back to rental biz. And that excludes a trailer park because it's in a different segment of Appfolio. Now, here's the reality with my rental business. My expenses were $22,414, which this I'm stupid. I said net. It's my cash flow. My NOI would be negative my mortgages because this includes a lot of seller financing that I did and private investment money. And with the private money that I've taken on from investors, it's really high interest rates. I've got one outstanding loan that I pay over 12% interest on. And I talk to these guys from California and they say, Brandon, why the heck would you pay over 3% interest? And it's like, because I made a crap load of money on it. And I've done deals at 16% interest where I was so thankful and appreciative and thankful that I got a loan for 16%. And there's just some loans that, or there's some deals where high interest makes all the sense in the world. But some of these I'm paying the price for my fast acquisition and my fast growing of my portfolio with mortgages. And I think that about $5K of this is probably $4,500 really. $4,500 of this is principal curtailment. So less than $7,500-ish of this mortgage expense is interest. The rest of it's principal. So these numbers aren't super accurate. If you notice, the first someone already angrily typing and saying, Brandon, why are you doing that? They're already complaining and saying, well, where's your CapEx cut out and your repairs and maintenance? And the reason is that it's not on this vacancies already reflected in my rental income because it's actual loss. Because this number should be 10K higher. If we were fully occupied and I got two of my long-term vacancies, I've got this really gorgeous house and a apartment complex that are still vacant. It's the Army surplus store. They're vacant. And then my vacancies, let's be honest, guys, my vacancies are up because of the trailer park from the rest of my portfolio. I am spending so much time on getting the trailer park done, which the installations are happening this week. It's great. The trailer park's going to add another 26K to this number. My traditional portfolio should be at 48, let's say 46K, 46, 48K. So my portfolio should be 26 plus 48K. You have to type in equals. So my portfolio should be bringing in 74K a month, and my expenses aren't significantly higher than this. So there's a CapEx portion that should be represented here, and repair and maintenance, which both those aren't really that high. Just last time I'm doing taxes right now, it was 7.8%. So of gross. 7, 8 times. We'll pretend this is I'm organized. We always pretend that, right, guys? So we're going to say my R&M is here because I'm so my actual cash flow is about $3,000 less than this. But all these other expenses are dang accurate. These aren't all my property taxes, but they're close to it. There's one county I do business in, and they won't let me prepay. Their prepay for taxes is garbage. So let's say this is 13, let's say it's 12,927, let's say 2, okay. That's what our cash flow is for real after I include the R&M CapEx because I didn't include it. So we're going to throw this back on my expenses because there's a point to this, guys. I promise there's a point. So then we're going to take my laundromat. What were my expenses, my operating expenses for the laundromat? Which, yes, it does include CapEx because I don't. That's in plan. So my expenses. So this is just a sum of the things that I've done. So in the month of January, my revenue was over 70K. Granted, I have like 10 LLCs and companies that I run and stuff. So my revenue was over 70K for the month of January. And this is where things get dangerous. And you guys tell me what you think. Oh, that's not expenses. Shoot. You guys would have known that. So, but this is, if you guys want to see what it's like to run a company, it's pretty much this. It's copying and pasting crap. No, I need to paste values. So paste special values. There we go. So here's where the danger of watching some guy on YouTube is, because we're looking at my revenue number for my real estate portfolio, and you know, I cleared what, 13K in January, which is too low. It sucks. I did a bad job in January because all this other stuff's going on. So as a guy that runs a pretty decent real estate portfolio, I have no money in this, so I'm clearing 13K on nothing. So my return on investment's awesome, and it's great. I love it. And I work 30 hours a week-ish on doing everything. And what were my expenses? What do you guys think my expenses would be for running a YouTube channel? It's this. I really don't have any expenses in January. I'm going to start buying stuff, like maybe some new cameras and new microphones. I bought a $100, a $99.95 microphone from Walmart. It's the blue. I've got a Yeti here. I've got a Nano in my car. So I spent $100. And most self-respecting business people would look at this and say, oh, I made 30K off making videos and my expenses were almost non-existent. And then here I work my butt off and I make 13K. Or even worse, I make $600 and I work 5 hours a week or whatever on the laundromat. Maybe less than that. It's not that much work I put into it. But so would a wise business person grow this income, the 30K, based on, I probably spend 15 hours a week on my YouTube. My 15 hours a week on YouTube. Or would I spend it on my let's say it's 35 hours. Which one am I making more money on? Well, gross revenue are comparable, but my expenses, because it costs money to run a real estate business, and mortgages and taxes and insurance and repairs and stuff like that. So my ROI on my time and investment in YouTube is astronomical compared to my rental stuff. But which one's more stable over the course of a long time? How long has YouTube been around for? And how long have a trailer park's been around for? My trailer park that we're doing the videos on has been around since 1950. It's been making money since 1950. And, you know, YouTube, Google, and all this internet stuff. It's really new. So, the thing is, though, this is why gurus exist. It's why all this stuff exists. It's why, you know, people clickbait each other into watching videos, which, of course, I clickbait people into watching Excel videos, because there's hopefully going to be takeaway for you guys on it as to what an actual business looks like. And why would some guy start lying about videos on YouTube? And why would somebody push their YouTube channel as much as they do? It's because it's highly profitable, but it's also unstable. And just like Graham, Stefan, I'm planning on just banking all my money, putting it in the bank for a rainy day or whatever. I'm going to start expensing things. I'm probably going to get a home office, and I'm going to build a studio and stuff like that to continue my videos, because I have this long-term plan. I want to make like a YouTube channel that helps, encourages people to learn to use Excel, because this Excel stuff, I mean, it's fun for me because I'm talking about money and running the business, but when you're starting out, it might not be as fun. So hopefully this explains what's going on with the YouTube channel, my income, and being transparent with you guys. And if anything, I hope it's encouraged you guys to learn to use Excel. And if you don't want to pay the license fee for Excel, there's Google Spreadsheets, there's LibreOffice and OpenOffice. Those programs are cool, that you can do cool things with them, and you can run your business on them should you desire to. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you will enjoy this content. I love clickbaiting people into watching 30-minute videos of Excel. mission accomplished for the 15% of people that watch this video. So I appreciate every single one of you. And join us on Discord. Thank you, guys.